I never imagined that a single evening could completely change how I saw the woman I planned to spend my life with. It began innocently enough, or at least that's what she wanted me to believe. "It'll be fun," she said, flashing that confident smile I used to think could calm any storm. "I just want you to meet my ex, so you know there's nothing between us." The way she said it made me feel almost silly for hesitating. I convinced myself it was harmless. If I truly trusted her, why would I feel threatened? That, I realized later, was exactly what she wanted, proof that I wasn't a jealous type. We met at a dimly lit bar downtown, the kind where soft jazz plays beneath the murmur of conversation. I noticed him before she even waved, tall, composed, wearing the effortless grin of someone who knows he doesn't have to try. The moment they greeted each other, a sinking feeling took hold. The warmth in her eyes wasn't for me. They laughed easily, slipping into old rhythms like I wasn't even there. I tried to participate, sipping my drink, nodding at jokes I didn't find funny, but every exchange between them felt like a private language I'd never learn. She brushed his arm lightly while laughing, and even in that brief touch, it felt like a knife twisting quietly beneath the table. I told myself I was imagining it, but deep down, I knew something had changed. As the night went on, the unease grew. They reminisced about old trips, mutual friends, and inside jokes I couldn't possibly share. Each laugh echoed louder in my mind, drowning out my own thoughts. I sat there, smiling when expected, nodding like a silent observer in a play I wasn't cast in. At one point, he leaned closer to whisper something I couldn't hear. She laughed, tucked her hair behind her ear, and turned to me. "You okay, babe? You're quiet tonight." That word, babe, felt like a public reminder of my place, not an expression of care. It was small, but heavy. It hit me. This wasn't about proving trust. She was testing me, seeing how far I would go to appear calm, secure, and composed. My instincts screamed at me to leave. No healthy relationship should require this kind of endurance. Yet pride kept me seated. I wouldn't give her the satisfaction of seeing me unsettled. When he finally left, he shook my hand with that smug, polite grin that hid condescension. "You've got a good one," he said. I forced a smile, swallowing the sting. As soon as he stepped out, she looked at me, triumphant. "See," she murmured. "You did great. I knew you weren't jealous." But all I felt was hollow. The ride home was silent. Streetlights flickered across the car, shadows stretching across her face. I wanted to ask why she needed me to endure humiliation in quiet, pretending not to notice the sparks still flickering between them. But every time I opened my mouth, the words wouldn't come. I didn't want to fight. I just wanted to understand. When we finally pulled into the driveway, she turned to me. "You're mad, aren't you?" Her tone wasn't concerned. It was curious, like she was observing an experiment. I told her I wasn't mad, just tired. She didn't believe me. "This is what I mean," she sighed. "You bottle things up. I needed to know if you trusted me." I stared at her, trying to make sense of that reasoning. To her, love wasn't about reassurance. It was about endurance. How much could I tolerate before breaking? How far could she push before I finally said enough? That night, as she drifted to sleep beside me, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, realizing something I didn't want to admit. This wasn't the woman I wanted to marry. It wasn't jealousy I felt. It was respect. Weeks later, I called off the engagement. She cried, insisting I was overreacting, claiming it was just a test. But the truth had already revealed itself. Trust isn't earned by passing someone else's challenge. It comes from being with someone who never needed to test you in the first place. And the cruelest part? I hadn't failed her test. She had failed mine.